The World of Arthur and Friends. 6 Arthur Adventures in 1 volume. Contents: Arthur's teacher moves in, Arthur's underwear, Arthur lost and found, Arthur's computer disaster, Arthur writes a story, Arthur's TV trouble. The first one we're going to read is Arthur's teacher moves in. It was Friday afternoon, and Arthur was relaxing. Phew! No Mr. Ratburn all weekend, Arthur said. Arthur, said Mom, I just heard some bad news. The snow collapsed Mr. Ratburn's roof, and he has nowhere to stay. Oh, too bad, Arthur said, his eyes glued to the TV. I knew you'd feel that way, his mother said. So we invited him to stay here. Oh, okay, Arthur said, still watching TV. Stay here? Arthur ran after Mom. Mom, what did what did you say? Arthur stammered. Arthur's teacher is going to stay here. Arthur's teacher's going to stay here, sang D.W. Just until his roof is fixed, said his mother. Arthur couldn't believe it. Later that day, Arthur told Buster the news. It's too weird, Arthur said. My teacher in my house, walking on my carpet, eating from my spoons, and touching my stuff. Buster agreed. School is at school and home is at home, because that's the way it's supposed to be. Exactly, Arthur nodded. But his parents didn't understand. It's just plain wrong, Arthur tried to explain. It goes against nature. The poor man has nowhere else to go, said Dad. He's going to stay here, said Mom, and we're all going to make him feel welcome. Arthur tried to imagine Mr. Ratburn staying at his house, but the picture in his head was too horrible. The next day, Arthur borrowed books from the brain and rushed home to put up new posters. Why are you putting a poster on top of another poster? Asked D.W. You wouldn't understand, Arthur answered. Are you trying to make Mr. Ragworm think you're smarter than you really are? Go away, Arthur said. Then the doorbell rang. Arthur, D.W., Mom called. Come say hello. Hi, Mr. Ratbite, said D.W. Is it true that you torture kids? Here I am, Arthur cried. Welcome, hello, come in. Please take these up to your room, Arthur, said Dad. He's staying in Arthur's room, sang D.W. I put your sleeping bag in D.W.'s room, said Mom. Hey, no fair, said D.W. Mr. Ratburn saw the books on Arthur's table. Those are my favorite books in the whole world, Arthur said. Mr. Ratburn said. Trigonometry for fun. The double helix and you. Didn't you just borrow those from the brain? Said D.W. I use my brain a lot, Arthur said quickly. Mr. Ropeburns, said D.W., look what's under here. Arthur quickly leaned against the poster. I think I smell Dad making a cake, he said. Cake? Said D.W. She ran out the door. Cake? Said Mr. Ratburn. He ran out too. Arthur sank onto his bed, relieved.